Live, someone calls who never calls and then ruins the live by making the live freeze. Sorry about that. Street smarts always win. This is a continuation to the live that I just had to end. So we want to talk about being street smart. You could be book smart, but how are you gonna survive if you're not street smart? The streets is gonna teach you stuff that your high school didn't teach you, your college didn't teach you. You got to be street smart. That's how you're going to win in life regardless, because you could be educated by the streets and be more successful than someone who is college educated. Why? Because you have common sense. You know that everybody has an agenda. In the streets, you know not to trust people. A lot of the times, that's a part of being street smart. It's knowing not to trust people, because at the end of the day, everybody have an agenda. When you have street smarts, it's like a survival mode, survival mechanism. You know how to survive, whether or not if you are in a jungle, whether or not if you lost outside without your pocketbook, whether or not you don't have any money. You know how to come up, you know how to survive, because you just have you have ideas. It's different from being only book smarts. Book smart, yeah, you could do well in school. Hello. Book smarts, yeah, you're going to do well in school, but are you going to survive in the real world? Right? You could learn, have a formal education, but do you know about sheep in wolf's clothing? Do you know about them? Do you know about different cultures, how people think, how other people operate? Do you know about that? Do you know how people will be grimy, smile in your face while cutting your throat, rob you, set you up? You know about that? And that happens in the workplace too. Because if you learn about that in the streets, a lot of the times you learn that, hey, people will set you up. But guess what? People will set you up in the streets, but they will set you up in the workplace too to get you fired. They'll set you up in the streets, but they'll also to get you robbed. But also in the workplace, they'll set you up in the streets so you don't in the workplace so you don't get no money. So you get robbed of your income. That's how they do you. So you have to be streets, not only book smart. You got to understand how human beings are, how people have an agenda, how every smiling face is not a smiling face. And a lot of the times people are out for their own survival. They're out for their own survival. And when I say out for their own survival, their own benefits, there's no thought of how actions will benefit you, people in general. This go when I say street smart, there's certain rules about being street smart, certain rules. Number one, trust nobody. That's rules. There's certain rules for the streets, right? You trust nobody. You never go in a situation open. You go in a situation skeptical. Skeptical. Oh, you gotta be skeptical. You sure about that? Huh? Be skeptical. You gotta question things. And you know how I'm street smart because I don't trust people? A lot of the times I caught coworkers not giving me credit for my work. How I know? Because I don't trust people and I always go behind them to make sure my work is being credited. You got busted because you think that, oh, I'm falling for your smiley face. I'm not. I already know your heart is not clean, and like most people, especially when it's a competitive environment. You got to understand we live in a cutthroat world. You can't take people for face value. That's one. Number two, right? You don't trust nobody. That's one street smart rule. Number two, another street smart rule, right? Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Another street, mind your business. Another street smart rule, mind your business. Mind your business. If you don't know, you didn't see nothing, you didn't hear nothing. Mind your business. That keeps you out of trouble. Yes. Subscribe. I talk about all kind of things on this channel. When you mind your business, it keeps you out of trouble. You didn't see nothing, you didn't hear nothing. If you see a witness a crime and you see somebody get harmed, go upstairs, do it anonymously. But being street smart, and that could work for the workplace too, or anywhere you go, school, work, anyway, mind your business. You didn't see nothing, that could save your life. Have a good night, my love. Yes, minding your business could save your life. That's a part of being street smart. Another part of being street smart is knowing when to be silent, right? Minding your business also, but knowing when to be quiet, right? Right? Knowing when, and let's go further. Taking your secrets to your grave. Taking your secrets to your grave, because I realize a lot of people who they got themselves in trouble, even to the point of going to jail or prison or doing serious time, because they don't know how to be quiet and they feel like they have to tell somebody. They feel like they have to say something. They have to tell somebody. No, take your secrets to your grave. You know nothing. You heard nothing. You don't know anything. That's a part of being street smart. Whenever you get arrested, they read you the Miranda rights, and they say to you, you have the right to remain silent. Right? You have the right to remain silent. They say that to you. Exercise your right to remain silent. No matter how tempted it is to tell your side of the story, or you want to say what happened, exercise your right to remain silent. Because a lot of people, they dig their own hole. They put themselves in trouble by telling on themselves. Put it that way. A lot of people talk so much to the point where they tell on themselves. Yeah. A lot of people talk so much to the point where they have to tell something. They won't take their secrets with them. It's like they feel an itch. They have to say something. So they go and tell somebody. I have to tell somebody. So they go and tell somebody. And that same person that they tell is the same person that send them to jail, expose them, take your secrets to your grave. That's a part of being street smart. Keeping silent, minding your business, taking your secret to your grave, not trusting people, knowing, like, because people will trick you and say, hey, you got trust issues. When they realize you're not trusting, they'll trick you and say, hey, oh, you got trust issues. You don't got trust issues. That's the right issues to have. Trust issues is good, because guess what? The Bible says it. Biblically, it says, cursed is the man. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. The Bible says, cursed is the man who trusteth in man. So that means you're going to be cursed. Bad things are going to happen to your life if you trust other human beings. You could care about human beings, loved. Thank you. If you care about other human beings, and if you love other human beings, you'll be fine. But if you trust them, you'll be cursed. Biblically, it says that. So you don't trust people, other human beings. We're flawed. We make mistakes. We act off of emotions. And that could be your whole downfall in life, because people will go against you. They'll turn on you in a time of convenience when it's beneficial to them. That's about being street. If you follow these rules, you can't go wrong. Who's going to trick you? No one. No one can trick you if you're street smart. You know things that you didn't learn that they didn't learn in school. You already been watching them from day one. I got an eye on you. Yes, I have an eye on you because I know your competition and you see me as competition. But guess what? You're not going to win this competition because I've been watching you and I've built a file on you against you. And guess what? Not have I been watching you, but I've been watching you in secret. And I've been building a file on you to bring you down if anytime you test me. Anyway, guys, that's the truth. You just got street smart will always win. Because that's something a lot of people don't have. A lot of people think that they're slick. They think that they're outsmarting you, especially narcissists and toxic people with agendas and with false intentions. They think that they're slick and that they're outsmarting you. So if you're very patient and you listen carefully, right? If you're a good listener, being street smart also is about listening more than you speak. Hey, boo. Hey, I came on here late. My moderator, I came on here late because I didn't care. I had to do something online, but I said I'm coming because I said I'm coming, so I'm coming. What I was going to say is about being street smart. You got to observe more than you talk. You listen more than you talk because people tell on themselves and people are seeking attention. They're seeking attention so bad, so they'll tell you their whole life story. So you listen more than you talk. And that's going to make you way more street smarter than them. Make sure you like the live. Because a lot of people now is toxic. And they're looking, and it's biblical. It says, for whom to devour. And biblical, they say they form groups. Biblically, if you listen, if you read your Bible, there's parts in the Bible where it's going to tell you it's that they get toxic people come up in groups to bring down other people. So the times that we're living in, you have to be street smart. You could get your education, but you just got to know how those streets move. You got to know what happens in the streets, what's going on in the streets. This pill, that pill. And some people are raising young teenagers, and the teenager could be doing a drug and right in front of you, but you think it's a candy. No, it's a pill. They're not supposed to be, it's a drug. Like, you got to be knowing what's going on. And you don't understand. Some people, if you're not street smart, they're gonna run. Let's talk about relationships. They will run game on you in these relationships, and you don't know better because you didn't know you didn't know better. That's all. When you learn, you do better. Some people will run in relationships like these scamming. Oh my God, these love scams. These wealthy old lonely white ladies are getting love scam millions of dollars from men in Nigeria, not all over the place, not only Nigeria, but men all over. Love scams. But you believe in love, you believe in all that, but you don't know what's going on. Yes, yes, yes. You got to know how to outsmart people, right? Outsmart people. While they think they're outsmarting you, right? While they think that they're outsmarting you. Oh, yes, full-time scammers a lot of scammers. But if you're not smart, you will get scammed. Because you don't know what's going on in the streets. You're not street smart. You don't know what's going on. You know those type of men. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to backlash. You know some. I'm gonna say some Nigerian men or full time scammer. Some. Yeah, I'm not gonna say all before they come for me on here. But I know that some. But other women that's the loot that don't know better. They're not street smart. They're gonna fall for all that love bombing. Oh, you're beautiful. You're this. Most. I'm in love. I'm in love. Next thing you know, he's in love, but next thing you know, he needs something. My daughter is dying. Please send me $20,000 for her doctor bill, or she will die, or some scam they're gonna tell you. Oh, please. You gotta know when somebody's about to come up, like, too. You gotta be like, also being street smart is observing your surroundings. Observing your surroundings. Always know who's walking behind you. Like, just always, you're not gonna know everything. No one's perfect. No one's gonna live a perfect life, and like things are not. You can't prevent everything, but always know no, observe your surroundings. Know where you're going. Don't be going to people's houses, especially a lot of young girls, street smarts were dealing with men too, going to these men houses, going to these parties, drinking from men, drinking alcoholic beverages from men. That's why a lot of these girls are getting SA by these men that's inviting them to parties, because you're drinking alcoholic beverages that they're preparing for. You don't know what he dropped in that drink. Next thing you wake up, and that's it. You just wake up, you don't know what happened the last 4 hours. A lot of these girls, you see how a lot of these girls got tricked, and it's coming out now trying to be with the celebrities. You can't trust people just because somebody's popular. You want to be all cute with the celebrities, with all these type of guys. You think they just want you because you're cute? Yeah, they want you're cute, but they want to take advantage of you as well a lot of the time. So that's why a lot of these young girls like Cassie and whatever. But Cassie, she could have left at some point. I'm sorry, Cassie could have left at some point. I think Cassie is a little. I'm not even going to say, but in situations of young girls getting assaulted, you don't go nowhere with a whole bunch of men and your friend is not there. It's just certain things that you just don't do. You don't go to no man's house. Being cautious. Being cautious can prevent a lot of things, a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, a lot of problems. And that goes back to not trusting people. What's your agenda? Why am I coming to your house? Why can't we meet in a public place? What do you want? Because when you're alone in a confined space with the doors locked, you're no longer safe. So a part of being street smart is keeping yourself safe and not putting yourself in unsafe situations. And it's not going to be your fault, but you got to understand a part of being street smart is understanding that people have an agenda. It's not just innocent. A man inviting you over to his house, a lot of the times you don't know this man. He has an agenda. It's not just innocent. Cook for you. Oh, I want to cook. Well, I could cook for my own meal. Thanks. You don't know this man. Why are you going to his house? And I'm not victim blaming, but being a little bit more street smart and untrusting is going to help you make better choices and keep you out of situations, because it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better not to trust them and they prove themselves to be trustworthy than to trust them and they prove themselves to be untrustworthy. Then you're in the shits. Because whatever they did to prove to be untrustworthy is not going to be something pretty or something nice. It's not. So some being street smart is gonna lead you out of situation. The main thing is don't trust people. If you follow that one rule, it's gonna eliminate a lot of problems out your life. First of all, you're gonna take your secret to your grave. You're not gonna let them around your important things. You just be smart. Because a lot of the times y'all setting up yourself for disaster. Y'all setting up yourself for disaster. You're gonna come in your house and you see this woman laying up with your man. Why? Why you brought her in your house in the first place? Why you introduced her? Right? And I'm just being realistic as a woman. You bring these women around thinking it's your friend. I already said jealous games, jealous women play. I already did these videos about it, about being street smart. You can't trust them because a lot of women have jealousy and they will break everything up that you got. And it's okay, but if he fell for it, that's good. Let him go. But my point is, you brought the problem onto yourself, into your life, by trusting people in the first place. You see all these gurus about talking foolishness about trust issues. That's not an issue. Having not trusting people is the right way to live, and it's biblical. Because biblically it says mankind, that means human beings, are desperately wicked. Desperately, especially when jealousy is in their heart. You don't know how it's when people are jealous of you, you don't know what type of retaliation they're going to retaliate against you because of their own bad feelings that they feel against you. So they will retaliate, and all this stuff is subconscious. They don't even know what they're doing. Some of them don't. They don't know where their toxic behavior stems from. A lot of the times their toxic behavior stems from narcissism and lover of themselves and ego. And this is what the type of people we're living amongst.